Hi, everybody. This is Ms. Fennell again, giving you hopefully quick directions for today. We have a review assignment for you to do here today. It's only 12 questions, not too horrible, I hope. So very first thing is directions. So when you scroll down in the Google form here, first thing that you're going to see is a mind map. And I don't know how it looks on your screen. This writing is a little small for me to read. And so if you wanted to, you could click on the link here. You should have a link that will have a larger view of it if you need to have a larger view of it. First thing I will say before you try to complete this today is please make sure you have gone and studied the Quizlet. Basically, all of these ideas, all of these words are covered in the slideshows. They're also covered on the Quizlet. I did go through and read these. You can play the sound and it will read the whole thing for you if you need these read. But all of your answers basically are either in the Quizlet, and I think I have another link. You can either go to Quizlet if you have that on a device, or I posted the link up here too. You can click on this link. It should be highlighted in your form, and that would take you to the page. It has all the Quizlet words here kind of printed out. Some people were printing this. If you happen to have a printer that works at home, that would be great. Otherwise, some people were just writing it out too. So this is where your answers are from the Quizlet. So you will want to make sure you have either studied that or written these words down. That was yesterday's assignment before you try to start today's. So basically here for today, you get this thing called a mind map. And a mind map kind of shows ways that ideas from the chapter are connected. So if you start with number 1, you're going to start with number 1. You're going to read it. It says blank is regular cell division. You find the word over here in the answer bank that goes in that blank. And what I would do if I was you is get out a sheet of paper, write down number 1, and then write down the word that you think goes in that blank, right? And then you can go do the next one, number 2. And so these 3 ideas are kind of connected here. The things in blue are kind of the main ideas of the chapter. And then the things in gray are kind of the supporting ideas of the chapter. So number 2 is over here. Number 3 is over here. And then what you do is you go back into the form. You've written down all your answers, and we kind of gave you multiple choice here. So number 1, it says see mind map picture for the question. If you look at the answer you wrote down here for number 1, you click that choice here. We will have it set up today where you can resubmit if you get wrong, but it's not going to show you what the right answers are. So after you're done kind of writing down your answers of what goes in the blank in the mind map, then you come back here and click in your answers and hit submit. The other thing that we have posted for you here today is a Kahoot that you can do, and you can join us live. Check out Mr. Douglas's page and Mr. My page and my page, and we will be posting our Google Meet times today where we thought we'd try to play a little bit, I think, of some remote Kahoot today. If you would like to keep listening, I'm going to read the mind map. So if you want to keep following along while I read through all of these, you can do that. Otherwise, go ahead and start the assignment and submit it today. We will be having our test or quiz, whatever you want to call it, tomorrow. And so you should just be studying and preparing for that. Have a great day. All right. So if you're still with me, I'm going to read through all of these parts to the mind map. So once again, as I said before, you really need to have, if you click the link on the top, there's a link to the Quizlet words right here. If you click that once again and open it up, here's where all of your answers are going to be. And so if you went and studied the Quizlet, or if you've written these down, or if you printed these out, that's where all the answers are. So first one, and again, if you would get out a sheet of notebook paper, and just go ahead and write down these answers, and you can pause the video as you need to write down your answers. So number 1, blank is regular cell division. Is that regeneration, mitosis, budding, sexual, same, half, meiosis, genetic, asexual, no mate needed, runners, or IPMAT? So again, you go back to your Quizlet or to your slideshows, look up that answer, and pause the video here and write it down. Number 2, the idea connected to this one. It is used to make cells that are genetically the blank. So whatever you wrote down for number 1, that kind of regular cell division, is it used to make cells that are genetically the what from this list? Is it regeneration, mitosis, budding, sexual, same, half, meiosis, genetic, asexual, no mate needed, runners, or IPMAT? Number 3, it, referring to the word you wrote in the blank right here, it has 5 phases. We use the acronym blank to remember their order. So once again, go back over here. What is the acronym for this list that we use to remember the 5 phases of regular cell division? Okay. Regular cell division then can be used in both kinds of reproduction we talked about in this chapter. So number 4, blank is another name for two-parent reproduction. So for number 4, write down the word from this list. Which one means two-parent reproduction? Let's do number 5 next. Number 5, blank or one-parent reproduction. What word in this list means the same as one-parent reproduction? Once again, pause to write down your answer. Number 6, this two-parent reproduction uses the process of blank to make reproductive cells. Which word from this list is the type of cell division that makes reproductive cells? Number 7, the benefit of two-parent reproduction is blank mixing or variation. What kind of mixing do you get with two-parent reproduction? That's number 7. Number 8, reproductive cells, also called sperm and egg cells, contain blank the amount of DNA as the original cells of the organism. Which word for this list tells us how much DNA reproductive cells contain? Number 9. Now we're talking about one-parent reproduction. So these are all about one-parent reproduction. One example is hydra and yeast that do blank. What kind of one-parent reproduction did the hydra and yeast do? Which word from this list was the one that the yeast do? Number 10, one example is strawberry plants making more of themselves by making blank. What do strawberry plants do when they do one-parent reproduction? What are they giving off? Once again, these answers are in the slideshow and in the Quizlet if you didn't know. Number 11, what is the benefit of one-parent reproduction? The benefit of this type of reproduction is that blank. What would be a benefit? A benefit is something that's good about it, something, an advantage it gives the organism. Number 12, another example is planarians regrowing lost body parts to make more worms, called blank. What kind of one-parent reproduction is it called when planarians are regrowing body parts? All right. So now if you've answered all your questions and written down what you thought your answers were for 1 through 12, if you go back over to your form for number 1, hopefully the word you wrote down is one of these 3 choices. If the word you wrote down is not one of these 3 choices, it's not the right answer. So you need to go back and try again. Number 2, what word did you write down from the mind map from number 2? Select that answer here, and so on and so forth. Once again, you wrote down an answer that isn't on this list, then you have the wrong answer. Go back and try again. All right. When you're done, hit submit. Make sure you continue to study a little bit more today. Once again, you can try the Kahoot after you're done with this. You can join us, either Mr. Douglas or myself. Check your Google Classroom page later today. I will be posting links for Google Meet if you have questions or if you want help studying. Have a great day. Thanks and bye.